everyone, and welcome to Inspire. We are so thrilled to have Danielle Waage with us today from Minnesota. Hello,
Oh,
Danielle.
hi.
She is an area leader of Royal in Waiting, and she joined us in 2017. And when you were first introduced to SeneGence, you didn't really even wear makeup, right? So how did you even get in touch with our product?
So one of my distant friends, she lived in Colorado, so not even in my state. She was having a party and she asked me to come and I'm like, okay, sure, I'll support you, whatever you need. And I ended up buying two LipSense colors. So it was Precious Topaz and Beige Champagne. And I got those just for fun events like weddings or going out with my husband because I just had twins and I kind of felt like I lost myself a little bit. So that was originally how I got into it, was just kind of trying something new to go out on dates with my husband.
And yeah, you actually are a former police officer, an
Hmm.
investigator, and
Yep.
that's a pretty heavy job in and of itself. And then you're a new mom. It sounds like in
Hmm.
2017 to twins, and you have another child as well. So you have three, right?
Hmm.
So how now you're an area leader and Royal in Waiting with SeneGence. So walk us through how that kind of materialized. What did you find in SeneGence that you weren't getting as an investigator?
Yeah. So I started with SeneGence in 2017. So I was I was an investigator at the time, and I was assigned to some pretty dark cases, and I found myself just having a really negative viewpoint of life and just feeling really down. My mental health wasn't good, and I with when I started SeneGence, I was like, this is going to be my fun. This is going to be what I get to do for fun, and it's going to bring the lightness part of my life. And it really did do that. So fast forward a couple years, I was still with SeneGence. I actually left law enforcement because of my mental health, and SeneGence just became an outlet for me, not only financially, but also spiritually, mentally, physically. I mean, I felt good when I put makeup on. I felt good making other people feel good too when they put on the makeup and even the skincare. So it was a huge transition for me from, seeing a lot of the dark side of the world to really the brighter, happier side of the world. And I'm just so glad that I chose it. And it's been definitely such a blessing.
Absolutely. You've been a blessing to us. So, as an area leader in Minnesota, what do you love about that?
Oh my word. Okay. So I love being an area leader for a couple reasons. Number one is if you're new to SeneGence, in the beginning you think, well, everybody in my area would sign up with you, right? Because you're right in your area and, everybody would hopefully you'd think would be on your team, but really that's not the case at all. Like there's people that have teams globally. So that was eye-opening for me when I started doing this in general as an area leader, was getting to know so many people that weren't on my team, or not necessarily specifically on my team, but like on my branch of teams or my uplines teams. You'd think at some point you guys would run into each other, right? But there's so many, other amazing people out there that are distributors as well that you don't even know about. So, getting to know people that I wouldn't normally ever get to know would probably be my first one. But number two, my second favorite part about being an area leader is just being able to be there for distributors that don't have their upline with them. So I was like that. My upline was in Colorado and I didn't have a lot of people around me. And so just being there for questions or to do events with or different things like that, that's kind of, one of my other favorite parts is just being somebody here that they can see face to face and help with their business.
Love that. And okay, what is your favorite product? Can't live without. And it can't be climate control or
Oh,
CCTM.
oh. Um, I'm gonna go with, oh, I'm gonna pick lip balm.
Okay, I was going to throw that one in there too, but all right.
Okay, okay. Outside of lip balm, mascara
Okay, good
or
one.
powders.
Or the powders, yes.
Yeah.
Too.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. And so now what are you looking forward to? We're stepping into 25 years in business here at SeneGence starting next month. What are
Hmm.
you looking forward to in your business and what are your goals?
Ooh, that's a good one. So with being with SeneGence for 7 years, I've never owned a business before. I never knew how to run it. I never, I was in charge of people, but like not like being in charge, but not in charge. Like kind of being their upline, but also not like telling them what to do. I
Yeah,
never
volunteer
really,
army.
what'd you say?
It's a volunteer
It
army.
is, yes. So I didn't really know how to do that in general. So I made mistakes and, I'd own up to them. And, now I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on how to lead like the right way. So I'm excited about that. Just now having the confidence of knowing to step in a little bit more than I maybe had in the past. And then also I'm just excited to see the growth again because if people have been here for a while, we had the big boom where only blue red was in stock and all this stuff, right? And it's kind of leveled out and it's gone up and down, right? And that's the story of business. And I'm just really excited to be here again for the growth and to just have not just my growth, but to see my team grow as well.
Fantastic. And if you could give advice to somebody that is watching that really wants to step it up in their
Mhm.
business now, looking ahead, we have a new seminar year. It's kind of like our new year, right? We
Yeah.
kind of wipe the slate clean. What is some advice that you would give somebody that wants to step up their business?
All right. I got a couple. So the first one I would say is I think one thing that holds a lot of people back, and me myself, especially in the beginning, was really worrying about what other people thought.
Mm.
And that's number one is those, they probably don't even think what you think they think, right? But you're just your own worst enemy or critic, I guess, sometimes, right? So I would say, those people and those thoughts you think they're thinking don't help your business in any way. So try to drop that right away and just move forward. Another one I would say is you gotta fail. You gotta continuously fail. You gotta say the wrong thing sometimes, as hard as it is. You learn, and that's the way that you're gonna learn. And you're not gonna know everything. I don't know everything. I don't think anybody knows everything, right? But the one thing about SeneGence that I think a lot of people maybe don't know, but or other businesses probably don't have is it's so easy to find answers to questions. And you can say, I don't, you know what? I don't think I know that answer. Let me find that out and get back to you. And that's okay because you are human and it's okay to not know everything. So for me, I used to put so much pressure on myself, right? And that ended up making me go a lot slower than I originally wanted to. So I would say those two things. And then probably one more thing is to just have fun with it. And I know I said a little bit of the pressure, but sometimes when it can become like your sole focus, sometimes you can just work too, like you grind too hard doing the wrong things that don't push your business forward. So get in front of people, talk to them, fail in communication, and just have fun.
Great advice. And you mentioned early on that your job as an investigator and police officer, it took a toll on you mentally, mental health wise.
Hmm.
What has this business done for you from that perspective? You talked a little bit about having fun, but and it's
Hmm.
definitely, it's skincare and color cosmetics, right?
Yep.
So there is something light to that. And how
Yep.
how has that helped you in your life's journey?
Yeah. So I would say it actually helped me get out of bed. There's lots of times where I couldn't because my PTSD was so rough, and it actually just helped me, kind of feel like I'm operating and like a human again. That was really hard for me, just to lose that part of me and then not know what I was going to do next. But then I also had SeneGence right here that helped me realize that there is more to this world. I don't have to just stick with one job and be in that the whole rest of my life. My job doesn't define who I am. And through SeneGence, I found a lot of personal development, and I met a lot of amazing people. I found my bestest friend I know I'll have for the rest of my life through SeneGence as well. And it's so funny because everyone is like, you do makeup and skincare? What? Like they're like, that is so totally different. I'm like, yeah, and that's exactly why I love it. So,
Yeah, I think that's such a great point. We are just because we studied this in college or we did these exams or our parents said this, we needed to take this path in life.
mhm,
Actually, that's not necessarily true. We have
right.
the beautiful opportunity to change and pivot and do something completely different and
Hmm.
reinvent ourselves. And so
Yeah,
thrilled to hear that that has happened for you, Danielle. And we love having you as an area leader, as one of our leaders, and we can't wait to see what the next 7 years and beyond brings you. Thank you so much for being here today.
you're welcome. Thanks.